These are the realizations of a stitch addict. Say here in Hamburg. Hi and welcome to my second Flosstube. I'm happy that you're here. For the new ones, my name is Ilonka, and that's why my channel is called Stitchilonka. Yes, it's spelled with an I but pronounced with an E. And for those who are returning, welcome back. I'm so happy for your support, and I also got some very nice comments after my first Flosstube, and I was quite happy about that, because I thought, well, I'm so new to this whole scene, and my Instagram hasn't been up for such a long time, and so I was very happy that a few of you found the way to my YouTube channel. So yeah, hi for the new ones and welcome back for the old ones. I have some notes down here so that I won't forget any shout outs and stuff. So apologies if I have to look down here. Remember when I asked how so many of you get so much stitching done even if you have children or pets or anything, and one of our lovely community member Sarah commented that she actually had 6 kids, 4 still living at home, and they all want food and clothes and everything, and they're interfering with her stitching time, yet she still manages to get things done. I don't know. I mean, where can I get one of these time turners that Hermione has? By the way, who else is excited for the new Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find the movie? Did I mention that I was a huge nerd? Anyway, so yeah, lovely shout out to you, Sarah. Hi, I hope you come back and have another lovely time with me. I also had a wonderful comment by Felicia, who is MousePotatoDesigns here on YouTube, and she's also got a Flosstube channel, and she also does scrapbooking and journaling, as far as I could see. I binged a few of her videos lately, and a lot of decorating and stuff, and that she's really inspiring, I think. And so that's why I put some of my scrapbooking here in the background. Yeah, scrapbooking is also one of my huge hobbies that I don't know, I've been doing for like, I don't know, 10 years or something. And also journaling is one of my big hobbies, and everything that has to do with planners and stuff. And so I'm very much looking forward to my new planner that's coming to me next week, so that I can you know, jot down a journal and plan out my cross-stitching projects, because the pile is growing. There are quite a few that I have to get to, and that I want to get to, and that I'm already working on and stuff. So I'm very much looking forward to that, and let me know if you're interested in that, so that I can show you how I'm setting up my plans and everything in my new planner that comes next week. Okay, who else can I shout out? Yeah, last week or the week before, I attended one of Michael's live stitch-along sessions. Michael, who is Star Parade here on YouTube, and he was doing a stitch-along for the hashtag Stupid Tumor Cell that was initiated by Betsy Kleger, who's also here on YouTube under her name, Betsy Kleger. And it was quite funny. We were quite a small group, but that gave me some more time to ask questions, because I am so new and I have so many questions. I want to know it all and stitch it all and get to know everyone. And it was really nice, because XrossSitch came along, and Noah bumped in for a few minutes, and Betsy actually attended herself, but due to the time difference, because Michael is in England and she's in the US, it was at daytime where she was, and she was just watching and had the volume shut off, and just yeah, was with us in spirit. That was really nice, and I felt so cool because I was at this tiny little party and we were all having a blast and stitching away, and yeah, just celebrating our hobby, I guess. That was really, really nice. I was actually wondering if I should also do a start and stitch along with the hashtag stupid tumor cell, yeah. But since Betsy's tumor is not life-threatening, it's not cancer or anything, I thought, well, my project has got a different background, so I made this just my birthday start. By the way, my birthday is tomorrow. It's October the 2nd, 2021 here, and tomorrow is my birthday. So I have more or less everything prepped for it, and just let me show you what it is and let me tell you a bit about that. Sorry for the sound. Well, I asked you last time if you're interested in my storage solutions that I came up with after like 10 weeks of stitching now. And I'll show you a few things because I don't have any project bags yet, and I don't have a huge amount of space for that. And I'm a bit of an OCD person. Like, I like everything neat and orderly, and so that I can grab it all together and not having everything hang around. And so I came up with this solution. These are just standard A4, DIN A4 project pouches with Velcro opening and closing, and I have the printout in here, and I have the Stitchbows in here that I want to put the floss on, and I could put all the floss in there too, and also a huge hoop also in there already that I designated towards this project, and a package of Zweigart Aida 16 count that I still have to prep, so that I still have to cut and grid for it. But yeah, this is the pattern that I'm going to be doing for my birthday start. It's by a wonderful Etsy shop called PRINTandDECOR, and I have another one that's going along with it. Oh yeah, the patterns that I already bought and that I'm working on, or that I want to start, I keep in this project, not project folder, like presentation folder. These are all A4. I print them out, and then when I want to start something new, I just flick through what I already have, and then I can just, pull out whatever I want. And the accompanying pattern for this one is this, and I think these two go wonderfully together because they have more or less the same color pattern, the same color design, and I've also got a story for these. My mom died last year. It's pretty much a year ago. On the 16th, it's going to be a year, and she had cancer, and it was quite a hard time for us because it was just 1 year from the diagnosis to she passing away or she leaving, and it was somewhere here, and it was quite a roller coaster of emotions during that year, because at one point we thought she made it and that all the cancer markers are down and everything, and well, as soon as she stopped with the chemo, it shot back, and it was very quick after that, and not really that wonderful for me as a daughter to live nearby and to take care of her and my father as well during that time, because she was feeling shitty and I couldn't do anything, and having someone just wilting away under your hands is not really that nice. And I was with her when she passed, and it really took a toll on this thing and with all the COVID restrictions and the really, really hard time that we had, and my own personal things that I also have going on, I wasn't really nice to my brain over the last year, and my depression got even deeper, and the depressive episodes were really got longer and everything. And so I wanted to do this for my birthday start with one or the other as well already, and have them both hanging side by side in my room as an apology for this, and as a kind of a reminder of really going to checkups regularly, because this could have been avoided if she had gone to the checkups and everything. And I kind of hope that when I finish these projects, that I can take my time with these projects and really think about it, and kind of make peace and say goodbye, so that it doesn't really have a grip has a grip on me anymore, and that I can let it go after a year. I know the first year is always the hardest after that, but I just hope that this will be some kind of a nice closure, I hope that this will give me some kind of closure after that. Okay. Remember when I told you that I had designed a pattern for a friend of mine who was going on a pilgrimage through Portugal and Spain to go to Santiago de Compostela, and I wanted to stitch while she's there, and which I did. This is how far I got. Let me just put this out of the way. Is this thing? Oh, I can take this off completely. Okay, so this is the Jacob's muscle. Let me just look that up. Maybe I'll put it here. What it's actually called. So there are still these 3 strands missing. 4 actually, from the darker orange, lighter orange to the yellow, and then we can close out the rainbow with this, and with the 2021 in here. The reason why I didn't finish it already, or haven't finished it already, is because, well, she came back, and 2 days, well, she walked 280 kilometers in 3 weeks. It wasn't really 3 weeks, it was more like 16, 17 days within that time. And everything was fine, and she was so happy, and she was high on endorphins and high on everything. And although she had some kind of back pain when she started, everything was fine. She was, you know, she was a happy camper. And then she came back home, and you know, the day or the second day after she came home, she had serious, horrible back pain, and she had to go to the hospital, and she had a slip disc, and she had to have surgery and everything. And it was like, oh my God, I hope that she is not too sad that she went on this hike, and now that she had to have surgery and everything. So I kind of couldn't finish it, or I couldn't work on it, because I was so angry kind of that this whole thing came to her having to go to the hospital. So I didn't really work on this, but she's fine now. She's happy, and she still has very fond memories of the 3 weeks. And so I think I'm going to give it some more love within the next few days. Also, I didn't really like to work on it, because I don't know where you are, but here in Germany, it's slowly getting darker. Coming, the fall season is coming, and it's not really that simple to see the holes here and everything. I mean, obviously here in the office it's much lighter, but when I'm sitting upstairs in the living room, that's not really that well lit. So yeah, a lot of excuses for this one. And I remember when I watched XrossSitch's videos, and he said, well, when you're in a bit of a rut and you don't know what to do, just stitch whatever you like and the things that are meaningful to you. So I kept that in mind, and I started, how did others start? Well, can't really see anything. You can't really see much on this, but this is going to be huge, my first huge full coverage thing, and it's going to be also here in this. See, I've got them all wound up here on this Stitchbows. I'll show you them a bit closer in a minute. Let me just find the pattern. The Golden Girls. Isn't that cool? I have loved the Golden Girls. Oh, the Etsy shop is called Create Your Style 2020. Is that true? Yeah. Create Your Style 2020. And I've loved the Golden Girls ever since I was a kid. And I remember when I was I always had to go to bed early when I was a kid, but then I always snuck into the living room of my grandmother's living room, and when she was watching the Golden Girls, and I just sat there in front of the sofa so that she really couldn't see me. I mean, she knew I was there. Obviously, she knew I was there, but she let me watch the Golden Girls with her, and then afterwards I could go to bed, and that's one of the fond memories that I have with the Golden Girls, and I still love them, and I bought the whole DVD set and had it transferred to my laptop, so every time I'm feeling down or I don't know what to watch or want to lift up my mood, then I just pop on one of the episodes of the Golden Girls, because I mean, they are still so relevant, even if it was I mean, this was like when in the 80s, the beginning of the 80s, and they're still relevant. I think they're still talking about all of the same issues that we all sometimes have, and through the voice of these reasonable elderly ladies, we can really, you know, have a laugh about ourselves and about all the things that bother us. And so, yeah, this is another project that I've been working on that really gives me a lot of joy. Did I tell you I was a nerd? I showed you the Avengers last time, and I asked you who this was going to be, and this was Thor. And I also talked about, let me just grab something. I also talked about how odd I found it that Captain America was so sparse on this kind of fabric with 2 strands. This is 14 count Aida easy count, which is also very flimsy and loose. It's not as stiff as other Aida's fabrics are. And so, yeah, I found this to be, I didn't really like the coverage, let's put it that way. And so I stitched Iron Man with 3 strands, and it's also got a lot more height than the other 2. And then this was one of the first projects that I ever did, and then I found out about this thing from a lovely Flosstuber, who I will also link below. Her name is the Nerdy Needle. No, it's not her name, that's the name of her Flosstube, obviously. And she's got a few really cool tutorials. She's a physics teacher, and she's got a few really cool tutorials, especially for the beginners, of how to find your way from one cross to the other so that you can really have easy stitching and yeah, less problems with threads getting caught in each other and stuff. Check her out, she's really cool. I wish I had such a physics teacher when I was in school. Anyway, she talked about a laying tool, and at first I was like, oh, come on, this has to be really tedious, and I don't have time for that. I ain't got even time for that. But I used this one for Thor, who is also stitched with 2 strands, and I really love the coverage. And you can see, I think you can see the difference between him and him as in terms of coverage. And this was really all of the crosses were laying down with this kind of laying tool. So this is really a cool thing, and I love it. And it's not really as tedious as you might think. And because the way I'm holding the hoop, let me just grab. Oh, I show it when I show you the next one. Yeah. So Avengers Assemble. They are ready so far, and I'm quite happy. Did I show you the back? No, I didn't show you. Also, I finished my little Grogu. Isn't he cute? He, not she. But I'm not really too happy with the coverage here of the dark gray. Also 14 count, one of my first ever finished things. But yeah, I think, oh, I see that I missed a cross there. No wonder I don't like it. Here in his eye. Okay, but still, I mean, he looks cute, doesn't he? It's Grogu. One other thing, one other nerdy project that I'm currently working on is Loki and Mobius and Miss Minutes on a jet ski, because why not? It's a reference to the Loki series on Disney Plus. And I was traveling last week, and I was on the train and everything, and I wanted to take something with me to stitch, and this A4 folder with the elastics perfectly fits into my computer bag or my computer rucksack, and so I just took it along. And the wonderful thing is that I also had, let me just take this out. Oh, let me just take it out because of the glare. The size of this Q-snap is 8 by 11, because I combined an 8 by 8 Q-snap with an 11 by 11 Q-snap, which is very easy to do. And the wonderful thing is that this size fits perfectly into the standard A4 folders that you can get at any Office Depot. And this one was like, I don't know, €1.50 or something, I have no idea. And so it was really easy to take that with me, and that's how far I am. Oh my God, you see how horrible the coverage is? Or is it just because it's stretched so much? Yeah, it's 14 count Ada, and I really want to switch to 16 count because I really don't like the coverage that much. Well, anyway, so I was happily stitching along, and I was wondering, how am I going to get all the floss with me and everything? And so I had this wonderful tiny little, well, it's a pencil case, but it came with some makeup samplers and some, it was a marketing gift. And this size is perfect for the little Stitchbows that I showed you earlier. They fit in here perfectly, and I have my little tiny scissors that also go in there, and I had some needles still in the package that went in here, and that was all I needed. And this one is so flat that it goes in here. And it was just perfect. I loved it. That was everything I needed. In this folder it goes, and it came with me, and it's really gave me a lot of joy when I was stitching it on the train. Yeah, this is Mobius, Loki, and Miss Minutes on Jetski. This was a pattern from Etsy. I'm very sorry that I don't know where it's from. Is it here? Loki and Mobius Jetski. No, I'll put it down here what who the Etsy seller was. Yeah. Some more nerdy stuff. Well, actually, my boyfriend and I were both huge nerds. Let me show you the picture that I have up here. This framed art print. It's a signed art print by Jim Lee of the X-Men, and we also have a few more framed comics and framed posters, movie posters from the 70s of Star Wars and stuff, and we want to hang them on the walls of our apartment here that we've been living in for a year now, but we still haven't really found a nice place for them to hang. And I want to have, or I dream about, a nerdy wall that I can hang all of these tiny little nerdy things scattered together with the huge posters. And so I'm still happily stitching along with all the nerdy stuff, and I started and finished within the last 3 weeks. I started and finished him. Isn't he cute? Deadpool. Deadpool loves you. Oh, I love him so much. Pattern and Etsy shop going down here. Sorry. And as you can see, it's not just black in his hands, and also not the the eyes and everything, because it's a combination of black and a very, very dark blue. And I heard that that 310 DMC doesn't really give such a good coverage, so I switched to Anchor. The Anchor color number, I don't know, but I used the Anchor black, the equivalent to DMC 310, and I'm really, really happy, and I feel that I can already see the difference between Anchor and DMC. Do I have a black on here? Yes, I have. This here is DMC 310. Of course, this is white Ada, and then that might be also a reason why it shines through more vividly than on the red one. But still, I mean, it's both 14 counts, and this looks so much thicker and yeah, better. I also finished. I showed you Ariel last time. I also finished her, but I haven't fully finished her yet because I don't really know what to do. I mean, oh yeah, let me just show you how she looks like with all the back stitching. And the color variations here in this, within the skin tone and within her, I think these are 3 different greens, and these are 3 different beige tones, and 3 different reds, and 2 different lilacs here. And it's so subtle, but I think it's really a cool effect on this one. And I just yeah, wrapped it around. Please don't look at it. Don't touch me. You wrapped it already, but I want to finish it off with a red fabric on the back, and maybe a tassel or something. I don't know yet, because it's going to be a gift for a friend. She's got a huge Ariel tattoo on her back. But I have no idea. I want to make it some fancy and artsy, but well, I gathered all these things, but I haven't really finished it yet. I appreciate some ideas of you, wonderful people. Maybe you've got some ideas. Oh yeah, Etsy shop and pattern name down here. Now, before I go into my plans for the future, I showed you a few of the storage solutions that I came up with already, and I know that I'm going to be doing some or going to be sewing some project bags, because I've been watching some videos on that and really caught my eye, and I want to do it because I got a sewing machine in January, and I made some clothes for myself, but now I have this new hobby, and my sewing machine looks at me really sad, and she's like, don't you want to play with me anymore? And I'm like, yeah, I will. And so I think I will have to do some project bags in the future. I already ordered the PVC for the vinyl, the see-through vinyl that you can put on the front. And I'm going to have, this is just the one thing that I don't really like about these things, is that they don't have a handle. So when I do my project bags, the project bags will have handles, so that I can just just quickly grab them when I want to have something downstairs or upstairs, because we have 2-story apartment here. So, but someone was asking me in my last video about the storage solutions that I came up with, because I want to have, I'm new, I'm a beginner, so I don't sort my floss in a rainbow arrangement, like in colors. I still sort them in by numbers, not in by numbers, because when I decide on a new project and I have a look at the numbers and everything, and just want to pull everything together, I will still have to look for the colors. And so I was on the DMC website, and I saw this in a video ages back. I can't even find this video again, and I was like, this must be so expensive, because it's so much stuff. But DMC is very clever, because they know that the thing that they are making money with is the floss. And so the storage for the floss, they can give away quite cheap. And so, yeah, I bought these Stitchbows, as they are called. And I also bought these folders, or these filing things. Let me just take one out of this is just a normal A4 folder that you can buy at Staples or anywhere, and you can just take this out. There is space for 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. For 15 stitch bows in here, you just slide them in like that. They are, for me, they are sorted by numbers. And I left some space in between because I know I'm going to be filling these spaces up quite soon. And the wonderful thing is, let me just let me just grab something so that I can show you. This one's from the project that I showed you before, and so let me just show you how I use these stitch bows. They are constructed so that the number tag of the DMC floss fits exactly on this little thing here. Like it fits perfectly, although for some of the things that I had, they are not as snug as this one is. So I just grab a piece of clear tape and just tape it around so that when you slide it into the pocket, that this thing doesn't come off. And I just carefully slide the other thing off too, and then I just have to find the middle here. That's one thing, and yeah, this is the middle. And these are actually designed so that you can just, you know, do this and flip it in, and then you have it all on here. But I don't really like to do this because sometimes the tension of this thing is not really nice, and when you roll it off and roll it up and stuff, then it doesn't really, you know, it's too loose for me. So I really go through the hassle of completely pulling it apart and then wrapping it around individually as if you would with a bobbin. And I like them because I like them better than the normal bobbins, because as I showed you, I have a lot of these tiny little pouches lying around of these are from makeup brushes or whatever. You get them as gifts alongside when you buy makeup or anything, and they fit perfectly because this is just like the length of a normal pencil. Is it? Yeah, a bit longer, but they would fit most of the pencil cases that you can buy. And the crinkling, like when you have them wound up on a bobbin and you wind them off, you have like the creases of the very small turns that you did on the bobbin. I don't know if that makes sense, but with this you don't get as many crinkles in the, see, like it's minimal. You know what I mean, yeah? Okay, great. So this is how I use them, and then they just go, I find the number 800 and something, and I just slide them in here, either this way or that way. Yeah, wonderful. It goes easier, trust me, it's just for the camera. Okay, like this, flip it over and just file it back in your folder. That's how I like it, and it doesn't really, you know, it only takes the space of a normal A4 folder in your room, and I already have, let's say 100 or so in there. My God, that means that I already spent over 100 euros just on floss. Okay. These are the realizations of a stitch addict. Well, anyway, So it doesn't really take up that much space. So I like it, and it, you know, it comforts me when I can just flip through and everything is in order, and I can just find the number that I'm looking for. Plus, I can, you know, sort them for my projects and keep them in these little pouches. Yeah, and I don't have to carry around these plastic thingies. Okay, enough for that. What else can I tell you about? Oh yeah, some plans for the future. I received my my supplies for the historical sampler company winter stitch along. It's not much to show, it's just the fabric and the floss, because I'm doing the PDF version and I didn't get the Advent box version. And I also got some other things from the historical sampler company when I was on their website, and I was looking through all the gorgeous things that they have, and I ordered some more kits, or 2 more kits for winter. One is this one, a really cool Christmas tree on wonderful beige 16 count Ada. Already started with real DMC floss. I like this color so much. It's like cafe latte or like latte macchiato thing. Love it. Yeah, this is the one thing. And the other one is this one. One of the fun facts about me, I love dachshunds. I love the little dogsies. And yeah, this one came with, I haven't gridded it yet. Great. With this gray blue 16 count and Ada and some floss. I have to prepare this already. So this is what I will be doing in the near future. I have the historical sample sale. I have my birthday starts in the mummy memorials thing. And I'm gonna be finishing the Christmas tree, and I'm going to, what else? Oh, I'm going to get acquainted with linen and even weave already, because I found another company here in Germany, Hirstorische Stickmuster, which translates to historical stitch patterns, and they have the most gorgeous silk and linen combinations and color combinations, and I'm so intrigued. I want to have this, and I already had it on my wish list for my birthday this year, but I know that I have to start with a simple pattern on even weave and on linen. I have to slowly get acquainted with that before I can, you know, buy a kit for 70 euros with silk and everything. I know this would be too much, I guess. So but this is already also something that I'm really looking forward to. And next time, if you come back and if you're interested, I would like to show you, or I will show you, the project planner that, it's not really a project planner, I just ordered a new calendar starting from October going to December next year. It's a new calendar, but this, you can choose your own setup, the way you want to have it set up, and it's A4, so that I can carry it around and also have the pattern or anything that I have stuck in there. And I have the calendar on one side and a blank page on the other side, and so that I can plan out what I want to do within that week and have some more space in the back for the projects, so that I can keep track of when I started them and so on and so forth. So if you're interested in seeing that, how I'm going to set up that that planner thingy, stay tuned, and I hope that I can also show you something, some ideas for, or maybe I've already finished some grime guards and project bags, because one of the Golden Girls one that has a lot of fabric on the side, I already thought that I would have to have a grime guard around it, and since I have a sewing machine, I can might as, and a lot of fabric, I might as well try my hand on that. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this one. I certainly enjoyed it. It was not exactly what I planned, because I have some more ideas. Maybe next time I won't. It won't take as much time for me to come back and do another video. And yeah, I wish you all a lovely day and have a good October. And yeah, go out and have a walk as often as you can to catch some sunlight, because the dark times are coming, and I already feel the dragging of the darker season. I mean, I'm looking forward to candles and tea and cookies, but you know, I can't really stitch by candlelight, you know, it's too dark. Okay, have a lovely day, have a lovely weekend, and I will see you soon. Stay tuned for my next video about project planning, project bags, grime guards, and see how my stitching goes. See you soon. Bye.